Right, super. Okay, so just in our final session then, we've had an opportunity just to get a bit of an introduction, some of the basics in relation to use remands and bail for a young person in the adult court. Got our case study, which is Samuel Smith. So I thought, just because I know not everyone's had an opportunity to read through it already, it might be useful just to role play it out a little bit, and so that everyone is fully got a full understanding of the facts of the case. So who's going to prosecute for me?
I'll do it.
Yeah. Anyone for duty solicitor? I can be the bench. Anyone going to be the youth offending team? Youth officer. Right. No. Sorry, you look like the right person. Okay, so we've got. I'll set the scene for everyone. Okay, so you've got, it's a Saturday morning, occasion of court, you're sitting in court with your 3 adult magistrates. Your next case is Samuel Smith, who's aged 15, produced from custody, represented by the duty solicitor. Samuel's a child, the magistrates are going to impose some reporting restrictions, and the charge before the court is robbery, so it's a new charge. So I'll be on the bench. So, Madam Prosecutor.
So, Your Worships, on 4th of September 2024 at 8 a.m, the complainant, Hugo, aged 9, was walking to school. It was early enough that there was not many people about. He saw a moped drive towards him. The driver was wearing a helmet. The mopeds rode onto the pavement and pulled up in front of Hugo, forcing him to stop. The driver got off his moped and took hold of Hugo, preventing him from running away, and said in a menacing way, "Oi, give us your phone, you little crybaby, and you will get shanked." Hugo was unable to hand over what he had, as he was too frightened to move. The driver leaned in close to Hugo, placing the knife against Hugo's cheek, and said quietly, "You breathe a word of this to anyone and we will be back, but next time you won't get off lightly. Snitches get stitches." As he left, he ripped off a chain from around Hugo's neck and put it in his jacket pocket. Later, the police note a 1-inch superficial cut to Hugo's cheek from the knife, reddening around his neck from where the chain has been pulled. Hugo was crying and shaking and extremely upset by the incident. A passerby who had seen the end of this incident went Hugo's assistance. She called the police and provided the partial registration plate details of one of the mopeds. 10 minutes later, moped Samuel is riding is stopped in the area of the police by the police, and a lock knife. Hugo's chain are found in Samuel's jacket pocket. On arrest, Samuel made no reply to caution. Samuel was interviewed and made no comment to all questions. Samuel was further interviewed and again answered no comment. Instead, he provided a prepared statement in which he denied the robbery. The statement included following: "I was not present at the incident. The registration plates of the moped only contained 3 letters matching the registration of the moped at the scene. I admit having a knife, but this cannot be the same knife as described by Hugo, as this is not a large knife. It is a lock knife with a blade of about 3 inches. When stopped by the police, I had just found the chain on the ground, and it was my intention to hand it to the police. As the chain looked expensive, I placed it in my pocket to keep it safe." Samuel's previous findings of guilt show: first, age 13, robbery ×3, sentence 9 months. Referral order, aged 14, robbery, section 47 assault, possession of cannabis. Referral order revoked and all offences resentenced to 18-month YRO with supervision imposed. Aged 15, 3 months ago. Robbery, commercial burglary, possession of cannabis ×3, YRO revoked, and fresh YRO for 2 years with supervision and activity requirements imposed for all matter. I invite you to remit Samuel's case to the youth court sitting on Monday. In the interim, objects to bail on the grounds of commission of further offences.
Your worships, clients have still not attended court and they appear to have turned their phone off. I've been able to take some limited instructions, but Samuel is not keen to speak to me, so I do not have full instructions. I invite the court to grant bail with the following conditions: residence at his home address and a curfew. However, your worships, the court are minded to remand and no bail package can be sorted out, then as I have such limited information and need to attend an important family commitment this afternoon, perhaps you could consider a short remand under paragraph 5 or paragraph 3. Otherwise, unfortunately, I will need to leave within the next hour.
Okay, I think we should carry on trying to get Youth Offending Service to court, as I think they've got a statutory duty to provide a bail package. Moving on, luckily, 40 minutes later, the on-call Youth Offending Service worker arrives at court and advises the court that they've only just become aware of the case in the lift. So I think that it's appropriate to give the parties time to make their inquiries. So coming back later. What does our youth offending officer say?
I think it's me. Yes, so your worships, Samuel is complying with the requirements of his YRO. The youth offending services are supporting bail with a package that includes residing at his mother's address, a curfew from 7 p.m. and 7 a.m., and appointments at the youth offending service 3 times a week.
This doesn't change the Crown's position on bail, and the prosecution seek a remand into YDA on the basis that Samuel is likely to commit further offences given his previous findings of guilt.
I invite the court to follow the recommendations of Jos. Mum is happy for him to come back home and he has promised to stay out of trouble. He will be denying the offences and has provided an account in interview. If you're not persuaded, then you should consider a short remand under paragraph 5 or paragraph 3 so I can take further instructions when I have some more time.
Legal advisors, I think we need some advice. Okay, so there's 4 questions. So I wonder whether you just have a couple of minutes just to consult each other, or perhaps 10 minutes just to consult each other within, say in your groups, and just have a quick think about what you might need to do in terms of advice to the bench, and just having a think about that. So I'll just stop the recording just for a moment. So.